Tinder, a place where good people are and nothing bad happens ever, huh? What if we browse that subreddit for a second? Starting with this one, nightmare. This guy's 27, he's got a couple feet around his ears, pretty cool. About me, recently single, still live with my ex, please help me leave the house or come over and make it weird, LOL. I love Smash Bros a lot, recently quit nicotine, trying to stop drinking, but God, I love White Claw. Yeah! Hey, I recently stopped smoking, I drink too much, I live with my ex, come make it weird. You like these feet around my ears, dog? I have a bunch of anime figures. I love my friends. Yes, 420. Really just want to mess around, but if I like you, I like you. I'm a silly guy. Be okay with that, LOL. Oh, look at him. He's just all silly. His little facial hair in the ears, feet, ears. He's a little silly guy, huh? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the culture of Tinder. If this is Tinder... Actually, Tinder, I think it is. I don't know, that's like the hookup app, right? Bumble and Hinge are where you go find a relationship. Tinder, do you find a relationship on Tinder nowadays? I don't know. What do you guys think? But who out here wants this guy? Any takers? Raise your hand. Hey, maybe don't do that. Huh? Maybe do not do this. This is really stressful for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's a little stressful. Recently quit nicotine, trying to stop drinking, but God, I love a White Claw. It's like, what's your identity? You know what I'm saying? You live with your ex, recently single. How recent? Was this a bet? Were you trying to make the worst profile possible? Let's read the comments here. Hey, real quick, do you have a kitchen? When was the last time you made something good and exciting for yourself? We'll take a look at the new and improved HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. And while I cook up this bavette steak and sherry shallot sauce, here's some things to consider. HelloFresh recipes take 30 minutes or less, which is faster than waiting for delivery. And if you're hitting the gym looking for that summer bod, they have over 15 high-protein recipes every week. Speaking of protein, before, most of the protein options that didn't cost extra were chicken. But now, you can add premium steak and seafood at no additional cost. We're talking meals that feel like a date night, but at home, okay? I love that I can pause, skip weeks, swap meals, and when I add up what I spend on takeout and random grocery runs, HelloFresh actually saves me money. Did I mention the food is bomb? Because it is. Look, if you haven't tried it yet, now is the time. We're talking double the menu size, larger portions, premium protein selection, kid-friendly, more veggies, so jump into the pool, my friend. And by using my link, you're supporting my channel, so it's a win-win all around. Take advantage of the new HelloFresh by using my code DTPHF, or just click the link in the description, and you'll get 10 free meals plus free breakfast for life. 1 free meal per box with active prescription. Free meals applied at discount on the first box. New or returning subscribers only, varies by plan. So sign up today, click my link, or use code DTPHF at HelloFresh.com to get started. Thanks again to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. Now back to the stories. Wonder if those feet are from one of his friends. Oh my God, I thought those were hands. He did say he loves smashing his bros or his roommate ex. Are these male feet? It's blurry here. I'd be looking for leg hair, but I can't tell. Love that the follow-up to a huge red flag was I love Smash Bros. Like someone's gonna be like, oh word, who you main? And totally forget his current living situation. Yeah, dude, I main Luigi. Luigi on my peach till I'm Mario. I read it as, I love smashing my bros a lot, LOL. Yo, I read the same way. Really? Y'all clearly haven't seen the Mario movie recently, because if you did, you wouldn't be thinking that. My personality? Well, I'm glad you asked. I'm still in a complicated and close relationship with my ex, which I would like you to take care of. I love consuming this product. I recently quit consuming this product so I can stop consuming another product, but man, I love consuming this specific product. I have a bunch of products, I promise you. I have friends, yes, consume psychoactive products. Really want to consume you as if you were a product, but if I like you, I'll puke you so I can consume you again. I'm a hollow husk of a man. Be okay with that, LOL. This is exactly what I read. This person should be a translator for bozos online, because that is a really good summation of kind of like what it feels like to read that message, you know? I wonder if there's such a thing as a male translator out there, like somebody you can hire professionally to like convey who's a red flag in this world or not, you know? But good God, what a mess of a man. Also, to top it all off, this picture, not good lighting. Just a weird angle, really fuzzy. You know, not a good sense of like what you look like. I mean, well, the blob doesn't really help much, but dude, get a decent picture of yourself, will you? It's not all bad, TBH. I think someone just needs to go over his profile with him and tell him which select lines need to be cut out. Huh? Who is this geared towards? No. No. All right, we're gonna move on. I that had 6 likes, and that freaks me out. Maybe it was the guy, and then he sort of just created 6 accounts and liked them all, but that's insane. I couldn't imagine being ungrateful for a date paying for me to show up. And then my biggest date fail, he offered to call me an Uber to the date, and it was an Uber pool. I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe this is an age thing. Like, maybe this is a confusion. Because, like, I think, when you're in your 30s, I think if you call somebody an Uber, you're not expecting an Uber pool. You know what I'm saying? This might be a young person's thing. But, like, me, at my old age, I cannot get away with that. I can't call somebody an Uber pool. I can't. I promise you I can't. In LA? No. Me personally. And maybe it's also the context of me being in LA and me, whatever. But I don't know. I kind of understand what she's saying. But maybe this is a regional thing. Maybe it's very regional. I'm probably going to sound a little out of touch here. I'm curious to read what the replies say. Let me say this too. At the very least, he could have said, hey, I'm going to call you an Uber. It's a pool though. You cool with that? Just give them the heads up. Don't say like, I'll get you a car to come pick you up. And then it's like a bunch of people in there. That's how I feel. But I think this is something where, depending contextually on where you live and where you are in life, this is either a red flag, like, oh my God, how ungrateful can you be, to, this is something where, you're too old to be doing that kind of stuff, or whatever, wherever you are in life. Anyway, I want to read the comments, because honestly, I kind of agree with the girl here. Uber pools can get very weird very quickly. I can see why she wouldn't like that. Hell, I'm a male, and the idea of getting in a car with 3 other potential strangers is always a coin toss for who ends up in the car. 3,000 likes. Woo! Good. Oh man, I was nervous I had the contrary opinion here. Okay, good. He ratioed, the poster here. Yeah, I once fell asleep in an Uber pool after a night of drinking, so I'll take some blame for them being weird. It's even weirder than public transportation because you're stuck in a small space with no bystanders if something crazy happens. It's okay. I enjoyed cuddling you in that car. Oh, that's very nice. I'm glad everybody's meeting up and having a good time. I screamed too early. I didn't know what I was saying until I was saying it. Gosh, darn it. This comment here says, nah, she's justified. All right. An Uber pool is a car full of random people heading the same direction you are. I can understand a woman not liking that. Uber drivers are already somewhat vetted and are known to be creeps, let alone random people. Sorry, my leg is up like this. I don't know. I'm not going to apologize. This is how I sit sometimes. You know what? I'm going to do this. One time I wore these shoes on a podcast with Jack's Films, and a lot of the comments were something along the lines of, I wonder what brand of shoe he's wearing. Does anybody know the brand of shoe he's wearing? They're gym shoes. I didn't think they'd be in the shot. Anyway, so I'm a little self-conscious about these shoes, but I like them. I take them to the gym. I can understand anyone not liking that, to be honest. Yeah, I'm a dude and I don't like Uber pools. It's like a $5 difference, tops. And if I'm already paying like $40 to $50 for a 15-minute drive in my area, then sure, I'll pay another $5 to not sit awkwardly with strangers. If the difference was like 10 versus 15 or 40 versus 70, then I would consider, but the current pricing, nah. It also takes like 3 times longer to get there. It's like those airport shuttles, which I hate, oh my God. And somehow you're always the last person to be dropped off. To be fair, if you have to call someone an Uber pool after insisting, then you're pretty off the mark. That's a big deal. That's a big deal. It's being like, no, let me get you a car. Let me pay for you to come. Let me pay for you to show up. Uber pool. Hello? I've had only a few experiences Ubering with strangers, and one time I was truly terrified for any woman that could have been forced to sit next to the man I was in the Uber with. Basically, every woman we passed by, he was hoping she was going to be the next passenger, along with some disgusting comment. He bragged about his clearly catfished girlfriend that lives out of state. Hairy-ass big dude wearing a wife beater. If you can't pay a few extra bucks to have your date avoid a situation that would inevitably ruin your date, then you're an idiot. Don't offer to pay for a ride then. This is totally justified. The way this guy is defending this in the comments makes me think he's the one that ordered the Uber pool, that or done the same thing. Did you say thank you vibes? Op is clearly an incel. Oh my God. She's correct. There's a protection aspect to this. That guy has no idea who else is joining her on that ride. If I ordered my fiance an Uber pool, I'd definitely be in hot water. Yeah. Okay, good. Whew. I thought I had a hot take there, because this thing had a couple thousand upvotes. Got a little nervous. But that's true. If you're going to insist that you're picking somebody up in a car that's not yours, give them the peace of mind knowing it's just them and the driver. You know what I mean? Don't wait for the date. The other person says storm is hitting, and I mean, I'm down if you're down, LOL. I have a whole Makeout playlist that I have yet to use. Equal parts embarrassing and like kind of cool in my opinion. That's cute, right? That's cute. Anything could be Makeout music if you're creative. Cool, I'll be your test subject. What are you doing right now? I know a great ice cream place if you're down. Down when? Now. Hey, yo! F it, I'll get dressed, just tell me where. Boom! Yo! Saying I'll be your test subject? on a Makeout playlist? I don't know how you got there. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of stuff that got to this point, but I think you did good. I think that's about as good as it can get in terms of like, hey, screw it, man. We're just gonna, you know what? Let's touch each other's mouths a little bit. What if we just touch mouths a couple times? Hey, I wonder what the comments here have to say. Pro tips about confidence: fake it until you make it. Learn this in college. Fake it until you become it. I wish I had this confidence. Anything can be Makeout music if you're creative, except CBAT, no matter how much that one guy tried insisting it is on whatever subreddit post this was in a few years back. This is a very famous song. I'm about to play it for you. I know exactly what this is if you don't. The story goes, this poor guy was trying to do the nasty to the rhythm of a song, and this was the song that he chose, by the way. Christ, dude. Everybody's so creative. This means nothing without seeing your profile. Women also think Dahmer is hot after he murdered all those people. Being outscaled by a mass murderer who isn't even into women absolutely kills whatever confidence I had left. Stop it. That just means there's somebody out there for everybody, huh? This is how I met my boyfriend, except we met up for sex instead of ice cream. We got engaged on Valentine's Day. I wish you two the same fantastic journey. Whoa. LOL, making out in this case was her code for sex. Long term, we weren't a good fit though. Wow. Good for y'all. Hey, nice, huh? Anyway, let's go to this next story. Excuse me, LOL. Low-key flex, and here we got a steak. Nice steak, some rice. A little jasmine rice, looks like. Okay, a little food. So this guy says to her, no veggies? Who taught you how to cook? A hyena? Real good neg, dude. Good job. Yeah, I like how you are putting her down for this beautifully done medium rare steak. Maybe a little rare, but still, dude. Freaking delicious. I'd eat it. She's showing she can cook, and you're just have you never had meat before? Coward! Who puts this type of pic on a dating profile? And honestly, I think it would work if it was a good enough food picture, LOL. Yeah, not steak and white rice. I don't care. It's food. Maybe they're excited. Maybe they started learning a new thing, and they're you know, and this is a decent temperature. Sure, the plating is fine. You know, the picture is not the best, but who cares, man? It's just this person's trying to say, hey, look at this cool steak I cooked. They're excited about it. Leave them alone. Leave them alone. Ah, yes, the lesser spotted rice-eating hyena. Most people don't know, hyenas prefer to cook their rice in specialized rice cooker instead of on the stove. I got a rice cooker, dude. I use that all the time. I use that thing. I love rice so much. We've talked about this before. I'm not going down that rabbit hole again. There are clearly plants drawn on the plate. Totally counts. And then valid. Love comes in many ways. LOL, that's funny. How many laxatives do you take daily on that diet? God, what's happening? Why is everybody so mean? It's fine. Low-key flex. The flex is I can cook a little. I don't know. Am I being weird about this? Is it me being weird or is everybody else being weird? I don't know. It's fine. You're reading too much into it. He made a good point though. I mean, technically there's veggies on the picture of the plate, so that counts. Look, bruh, this is where you ask her for some help, maybe a private lesson after some public meetings to establish qualifications. She's not wrong. I'm not a good cook, but when I met my now wife, she would always have a salad, a starch side, a protein, and 2 types of vegetables on the side. Ooh, interesting. Now that's sort of incredible, but the point is whenever I tried to cook, I'd make like one dish, maybe have a sad veggie attempt, and would never really play well. Unsurprisingly, she didn't enjoy my dinner attempts due to lack of greens. All right, okay, so we're trying to get more veggies out here. Hey, man, eat your veggies, dude. I've been eating an apple a day for the past little bit. An apple a day and a banana every day. And some other fruit like either blueberries or like goji berries or like a little bit of mango, something like that. My stomach has never felt better. If you got tummy problems, I'm telling you right now, listen up to me. If you can, eat an apple every day after your basic breakfast. And then right around lunch. Before you eat your lunch, have a banana. Watch what happens to your stomach. If you can handle it. Some people can't handle apples. Some people don't do well with apples, but give it a few days. Try it. Try it. Come back to this video. Tell me how you feel. Tell me how your stomach is resolved. You're probably not getting enough fiber. Anyway, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that one. That person was just excited that they learned how to cook a steak. Maybe they grew up a vegetarian or something. Who knows? You don't know. It's fine. Is it the best steak I've ever seen? No. A little undercooked. You know, could use a sauce or something. Yeah, I could use a little veg, but they're trying. It's cute. I don't know. Anyway, here we go. Good pictures really make a huge difference. So here we have a low-key flex credit score, 853, which is really high. That's very, very high. Anyway, somebody replied to that, said, mine is slightly higher. And then Op here says, oh, really? You should show me in person as proof. Photoshop is too easy these days. Okay, all right. We're immediately going in for the kill. He goes, Photoshop is too easy these days. She goes, haha, I could. Winky, winky. And then this is another account. Somebody said, yo, this is actually such a funny picture to include, but hey, all the power to you, fiscal queen. Just curious, how did you do that? A life goal of mine to find my football plus night owl plus sporty person. Is that you? That was somebody else. And then he goes, check, check, check. When do I start? And then they replied, the credit score killed me. Haha. Oh, haha. I'm glad you like it. Wave, wave, wave. Hot. This is so funny. Isn't the max credit score 800? The highest possible credit score is an 850. Okay, now I see. All right, so it's just a big old lie. Okay, good. I'm Boo-Boo the Fool. I knew credit scores could go a little over 800 because I've seen that before. I didn't know the peak was 850. Never seen 900, but now I know. And now I look silly. You can learn from me. I'm here to be a demonstration that you can learn from. Okay, I'm the youngest sibling. If you're the youngest sibling, you get it. You learn from watching other people make mistakes. Guess what? You just saw me make a mistake. I didn't realize this was a joke, and now I know. And hey, we've all grown from it, all right? And if you're not in the United States, just understand that credit scores are extremely important and usually signify that you're good at paying your bills on time and you cannot get an apartment without it. You cannot get a good loan on a car without it. You can't get a lease without it. You can't rent, you can't buy a house without it. You can't get finance on anything without a decent credit score. Decent credit scores start at like 720 and above. Y'all, your pictures are so beautiful, but why this one? Why are you saying? You mean all your pictures are so beautiful? You said y'all, yeah, your picture's so beautiful, but why this one? A few years ago, before I met my girlfriend, I did this and I got a ton of matches. Turns out women love someone who is financially stable. This person says, my brother-in-law is on the market, finally, because he wanted to wait till he was out of the military. Nice, smart man. And being that he's now 36, he's not interested in anyone who doesn't have impeccable credit as he does. I don't think it's weird at all to want someone who isn't going to drag you down financially. Isn't a good credit score just an indication of how well you pay your bills on your credit cards? Yes. So someone making $50K is going to have a higher credit score than some multimillionaire who barely even uses credit cards? Not necessarily. In Europe, we don't have this focus on credit score, so maybe I'm missing something. Here it says, while yes, true, it also helps to have a higher credit score to secure loans if you're buying a home or a car. Yeah. Are you a girl? I assumed this with the queen and the beautiful comments. LOL, oops, my ex used to call me pretty. Am I seeing a pattern here? Nope, I'm a guy. A lot of women call guys girl nowadays. They're like, what's up, girl? It's just like bro. It's like they're bro. Now I'm looking up my credit score. I'm going to look it up right now. I'm not going to say what it is, but you can tell by my reaction. Let's see. Oh. Well, next story. My profile says I like reading true crime in bed. What? LOL? We got a match here. This person says, instead of you keeping me up with the iPad light, how about we just clear the bed and lay out the scene of the crime and I help you figure it out? Hey, they're trying. I'm not quite sure I know what's going on here, but they're trying to say, me, you, bed. And it's their first time speaking, and that's fine. It's their first time speaking. Just let them be brave. They look cute. From what I can see from this tiny little circle. Nothing is worse than when you're flirting with somebody or trying to, and they don't know how to talk. Or they say a sentence that confuses, it's like throwing sand in your eyes, dude. When you're freaking trying to pursue somebody like, how about you? Yeah. And you're like, is that a move? Are you into this? What does that mean? How about we go to your bed, clear the bed, and then I help you figure out the crime? What are you saying, homie? Lay out the scene of the crime. Okay, now I'm picturing two people, a dead body with a chalk around it, and I help you figure it out, smiley face. It's their first day on Earth. Let them have this. And then here on the sidebar, I see this thing from a year ago that says 100% a serial killer, and this is their profile. And it says, looking for short-term fun, about me, not a serial killer. These two are a match made in heaven. Why does God bless our worst soldiers? Ha ha ha, my God, you couldn't have said it any better. I mean, seriously, how about we just clear the bed and get into it? As a man in a large city where women have their pick of many better looking people than myself, I wish I could get this lucky, and there's men like this swerving every opportunity they get. All right, we got a lot of sad men here. There's lads out there throwing up, begging, and crying in the rain for a shag, and you idiots manage to mess up girls offering it on a plate. My steak too juicy, my lobster too buttery territory. The beer is too cold, the daiquiri is too fruitful, Jimmy Buffett. Translation, please F me. You know how you always hear about men are dense and can't take a hint and don't understand flirting? Yeah, hold on. I know what she's trying to say. I understand what she's trying to say, but if it don't make sense, because I'm sitting here going, what is the syntax of that? You want to lay out a crime, clear the bed, lay out a body, we figure out the... You know what I'm saying? I don't know, dude. The metaphors... What these Reddit reply... These guys are like, come on, man, she's trying to... Yeah, sure. But let's go back to our literary selves. Let's give this a critical evaluation of this piece. This guy reads true crime. He enjoys fiction. Or, I'm sorry, true crime. True crime equals true, right? How do you not get what she's implying? Some mother effers get all the luck and squander what others would kill for. Slow as I am, yes, I really don't get hints usually. Even I can see that she's DTF. Go for it. You ever seen DTF St. Louis? We're gonna move on. Are the French okay? Le mouchique pit. I don't know. Sorry. This person said, I don't speak French. And they said, it means the fly that farts. Is there a reference I'm missing or what? No reference is needed except the imagination of a flying fart. And then Op replies, a fart that flies or a fly that's farting. A farting fly. The Riz is off the charts here. Also, are we sure that they're French? Are we positive? A lot of weird stuff going on here. A lot of weird stuff. I've always said the French are the Floridians of Europe. Take that as you will. When do we meet? Blah, blah. Sp. Mouchi qui pète et chat qui pouet. All right. What's this thing with you French people trying to talk in French with someone you know doesn't speak French? Shut the F up. I talked to you in English. You didn't answer. And why the F should I know you don't speak French? You come to our country. Bare minimum is to learn French a bit. Nobody likes stupid tourists like you. Paris is not for sale. Go home and keep quiet. Oh, so you're in Paris. So you're in Paris doing this? And you'd be like, why do you French people blah, blah. Huh? What is wrong with you? You are being silly. Use a translation app. I don't know. Maybe this French person is thinking that like, yeah, I'll put the moves on her by doing all this French. I don't know, man. This is such a lame conversation. Let's see what the comments have to say. This sucks. I had a Frenchman get mad at me once for not speaking in French. Keep in mind, this was at a suburban mall in New Jersey. They always do that on video games. I just tell them that I don't speak Spanish. Say Italian instead. French and Italians hate each other. Thank you. I will try this tonight. Oh my gosh. Redditors helping each other hate better. Isn't that nice? You don't know Elaine Chabat? However childish, this is a classic from Les Knowles. Okay, all right, here we go. I don't know what this is. Let's see, The Fly That Farts. Okay, it was a French comedy troupe between 1987 and 1992. Dog, don't flirt in France. You go to France, get off the apps. Go to a bar, act confused. Be like, I don't know anything here. Whatever voice that is to you, go for it, okay? Why should I know you don't speak French? Second message, I don't speak French. This is the most French interaction ever. The most Parisian interaction ever. Ah, fair distinction. Next story. Did I match with someone completely insane? Chances point to yes, probably. Let's see. Today, 8:32 p.m. The time is now 8:42. 10 minutes have passed. A little wave from Op. A little high from the other person. And then a laughing emoji, and then if you don't want to keep the conversation going, then you shouldn't start it, wink. Op says, what do you mean? The other person says, I responded and you take your time. It's okay. Immediately, a problem. Immediately needy a little bit? Let's keep reading. You have to be kidding me. It wasn't even 5 minutes before I replied to you. Rolling eye emoji. If you expect people you don't even know to reply to you within a minute on a dating app, good luck, babe. All right. I am just tired of this app. Laugh, laugh, laugh. I don't want to waste my time. Exactly 5 minutes. Dog, wasted. What? You wasting your time? 5 minutes? So you're just going to be weird on this app, dude? Okay. All right. Here we go. If I'm interested, I respond right away. If not, then it will take much longer. LOL. Not your fault. I'm about to change my profile and set up some rules. And then at this point, Op says, dude, I had to go put my dishes away and I left my phone on the couch. No, you're beyond. No, you don't need to make excuses. You don't need to explain anything. Run, please. Run away. Holding that against me is insane. True, right? I mean, maybe you're giving this person context so that they can kind of understand what life is like for other people. Maybe, but you can't give people empathy. You can't teach people how to be understanding. Maybe you can. I don't know. Let's see if it works. Ha ha ha. Then don't start any conversation if you have stuff to do. Sorry, I don't hold anything against you. Laughing emoji. No, get out of there, fam. Get all the way out of there. Get out. Get out of there. Can I reach this piano and put this microphone up to it? Here we go. Maybe next time you'll see this nicer piano over here. You don't think a conversation on a dating app can be ongoing while someone isn't by their phone for like 3 minutes? Seriously, are you joking right now? You're mental. That's true. But you know what also is mental? Your phone's at 16%. Charge it! Let's read the comments. They sound needy. Don't give them your energy. Overly explained. Just unmatch and keep it moving. Yes, correct. You already responded too much. The red flag came up right away, and that was time to shut it down. And shut it down just means unmatch. Just let it go. We're going to move on from that one. Final Tinder of the day, and he looks just like you would expect. So a guy replied to this girl. She's wearing a hat. I don't think you get to look as good as you do and be a effing liberal. Okay, top comment. Let's see. I wonder if he thought that was going to work or if he was just going for the rage response. In any case, I don't know how some people have the audacity to send messages like this. If I insult this woman's politics, it'll definitely work. Friends, I did not match with this man. On Hinge, you can reply to someone's photo/prompt prior to matching, so he was trying to match, and I was not about it. We're just going to go over to Bleach real quick because my blood pressure could not handle that last story. Oh, good. It's all... I'm obsessed with how cute Crunchy is. And look at Crunchy. Crunchy is a cow. So right here, for those of you not watching, you're just listening, there's a very wet snoot here on this brown and white cow. The focus is on the nose. It's kind of a wide angle of this cute little cow. Looks maybe 2 years old or something, maybe a year old. Very wet nose. Next picture is, again, close-up image of this wet nose, very shiny. Next picture, another close-up of the wet nose, except, however, it's even closer this time. The nose is a little more dry. There's more hair here, and you can really see the eyes, and it's just a bit wider of an angle, and so, you don't really see the ears as much. It's kind of like a nose. And then now we have a shot that's further away, so you can see the whole face. Here we're learning that Crunchy has like a beard, almost like a little cute little goatee-looking thing on this cow, and their number is 21405. I'm sure that tag is important. And then down here we have an insane wallaby. Oh my God. Look at the colors on this thing. Orange tipped. It looks like a Pikachu. Is this real? What? Are they dyed? What is that? I gotta read the comments. That's insane. He's been in the Doritos again. Silly wallaby. Pretty sure that's a Pokemon. That's exactly right. This looks like a Pokemon. Okay, anyway, now we have forgotten about all the pain in the world, huh? It's all gone, right? Right, folks? I don't know. I hope this helps. I'll see you next time. Outro. Oh God, hit the bell. Hit the bell. Okay, bye. And also, you deserve to eat good, okay? You deserve it, okay? Click that link if you haven't yet. Click the link, okay, please? All right, thank you.